Professor Rohde, final project, coming to you from my office here, Sycamore High School. I'm going to show you how I incorporated a whole bunch of different things that we learned about this semester in your class. So basically we're going to start here. Here's Google Classroom. So there's a whole feed that I made for this whole week, to plan for the week. But prior to that, utilize Google Calendar here, and as you can see across the top, I created this basic outline of what the class is going to do for the week. What that does is that allows me to integrate that right into my Google Sites. So here's my actual Google Sites, and you can see from here we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have a week in a glance. So whenever the students log onto the website, they're able to see this exact picture here that you see, so they can know what's up. So right below that, right on my home page, we have something called Form Test Sign Up. Any students that need or require accommodations or modifications for this class via special ed, they are able to sign up here, and once they submit this, I wrote the code so that all of the automated emails will go out, and then teachers will know that whatever students sign up for this assessment will be in the Form Testing Center to take that assessment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to my Google Classroom. Oh, not that one, Google Classroom. As you can see here, I started with, a while back, the link to my website. So this brings you to the home page. So for our first day, we look at our website and we see we have an introduction video and discussion. So we have 29 students in the class. Explain the difference between ordinary and exact interest as it pertains to the simple interest formula of I equals PRT. So our directions are post your reflection and respond to 2 of your classmates before Tuesday at noon. So this here is a direct link to the actual video on YouTube. So the students will click here, and actually that's my view. Here's the question, and the responses will all go here. Then from here I'm able to grade and assess the students for their participation in the activity. So when we move up, we look over here, we have day 2. So we're going to look at day 2. And actually, before we get to day 2, there was some homework for day 1. Here's day 1. Review chapter 4.1, notes, examples on the class website. It has homework. It has a direct link to this page. So when you get to this page, the homework is listed here as you see. And as we scroll down, these are blank notes that the students could print off for themselves. And then these are also notes that I completed myself, so the students have access to see, some of the formulas in action. And then when we move down, what I've also done is taken the page from the textbook, and I actually made a PDF of this page with my phone, uploaded it right to the site. And I've also taken all the answers and the formulas for each question of the homework and also placed them here. I did this because there's no grade for this actual homework assignment. What this is this assignment will prepare the class for the upcoming quiz at the end of the week. So that's day 1. Day 2, we have an introductory video, discounting a note before maturity. So actually, the before maturity is misspelled, but that's misspelled on YouTube, so it's kind of funny. But basically that walks through an introductory on how to discount a promissory note, and that is what we're going to actually cover here in the 4.2 notes and homework. So just like 4.1, we go into 4.2, and the website pulls up. We have our homework. So here's our homework and our pages. So here is the blank notes for the class. And then when we scroll down, we scroll through here. And as we go through the notes and definitions, there's more completed notes here as well. So these completed notes are part of that as well. And then when we scroll down, we have our textbook. We have all the homework that's listed above, and then here we also have the actual assignments that are due for that. So this again will be another assignment that is not graded, but the students will be able to do their own homework here, and they will also be able to see the answers. It will not be graded, so they can check their homework to make sure they have understanding of the material. So we scroll up a little more. Now we're going to talk about monthly payment formula. So this is where we calculate installment loans. The video is a little bit more in-depth than what we do in class, but what we're going to do is when we cover the installment loan, I passed out here through Google Classroom, as you can see, there's an assignment. It's complete installment loan worksheet. So when you click on this worksheet here, each student will get a copy of this worksheet. So as the directions say, they are to complete this worksheet, and when the students go in here, it will show me which students have completed it and which students have not. So as you can see, each student was passed out their own individual sheet, and when they complete it, I taught them how to scan the actual work with their phone, and then they're able to upload it right from their phone or computer, however they want, and then it will say, done. So that 29 will turn to 28-1 as the student submitted. So that is what is due on that day, and we'll go back to our Google Classroom here. So that brings us to our fourth day, and then we have to have an assessment. So before we get into the assessment on this day here, I just want to go to the About tab. So the About tab has a link to the website. It has my contact information, so the students are able to contact me anytime they like. And then this is really handy too. We have our Google Calendar and our Classroom Calendar. So we click our Classroom Calendar. Although there's no assignment listed here, this was the announcement made about the 4.2 notes that need to be completed. And there's not an actual assignment because there was nothing for the students to turn in to me on this day. But this here is pretty much a mirror image of when we go to our website and we see this here. So basically I've used Google Classroom and the Google Sites to make the learning environment as digital as possible for the students. So as we go back to our website, here Google Calendar, so let's go back here. So here's our students. I can email all the students, I can email guardians that have signed up. Great communication tool, class code. But now we're going to look at the last thing, which is our quiz. So here's our quiz, and here's our quiz review. So what we're able to do is I passed out a quiz review to every student, and every student will have a blank quiz review. So they will complete this on their own, and then after completing the quiz review, hosted on my website here is also the answers to the review. So the students will be able to go ahead and check their work. So they're able to check their work here and make sure that they're comfortable in doing the quiz review, so we're set for the actual quiz. So then when we get to Friday, here's Friday, we have 29 not done, 0 done. The students are able to come here and they're able to click on the quiz, complete by midnight. Actually, that's the graded section. So when we click on this here, the students will have access to this quiz. So as the students go through, they will answer the question. So here's the scenario, and then there's this scenario has 3 questions. Here's the scenario. This scenario has 2 questions. And this is all done in Google Quiz format. So immediately when the students complete this quiz, they have one opportunity to take the quiz, and immediately when they complete it, they will get their grade. And the grade will be sent to them immediately via email and in real time. And then on my end as a teacher, I am able to then see here the quiz, and when I actually access the quiz, it's going to allow me, my picture's covering it right here. Let's see, there we go. So when we go to edit, I can see the responses for the entire assessment. So right now we have 0 responses because nobody's taking it. But as the students take it, this will populate and it'll give me a breakdown for every question. And this is great for concepts that students might not understand. So if there was a scenario and 2 questions where 75% of the class got the question wrong, it's a real good way to see that right away and then to go back and reteach. And then also there's a spreadsheet that's created, and it has a breakdown of every single question for the quiz. We'll have timestamp, email addresses, scores, students' names, and things like that. So then we'll go back to here. And that is the Friday for our Google Classroom. We have our due tomorrow, our due Thursday, so this is in real time. We have chapters broken down. So this was pretty much a week at a glance for business math. And this is my final project. Thanks.